Peace, fam. How are you? Hope all is well. Real quick, I wanted to make this video real quick, right? Um, uh, I'm just so I'm just so upset about what I've just listened to, right? So I've been on here warning you guys that we were um, number one leading with this coronavirus death, right? So that's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. But what I found interesting, right? And I was just watching, I couldn't even watch it anymore. Diddy had a panel with Angela Rye, Van Jones, Kamala Harris, Cortez, and Al Sharpton, right? I was like, really? Really? And I'm listening to them, right? I'm listening to them, and they're like telling you how to come together and unite as one and all of this shit, right? So I just found that real fake. How about that? I found that to be very fake. And I'm explaining it to you. 1 second. Give me a second. So first and foremost, right? Angela Rye has been caping for black immigrants. It been an enemy to the black community for a very long time. Cortez as well. Now she running around here talking about she wants reparations for black immigrants and all this shit, right? Al Sharpton been a race pimp since I can remember. Van Jones, I don't trust him either. And Kamala Harris, really, you're the queen of block niggas up, right? All of these people that was on this panel has done some harm to the black community. Puff Daddy along with him, you know what I mean? He's not our friend either, because they all had a chance to get together a long time ago before we even had something called coronavirus, right? And help us unite and get ourselves out of this condition. So no, they don't get a kudos for that panel. They don't. They don't. And I looked at it. I was like, for people to sit here and really just, yeah, it was good words. It was good for, for them to tell you the things we already knew about ourselves, right? We already knew everything they said is things we already knew about ourselves. So, like, what was the purpose of you guys getting together and telling us these things? Politically, it would be a yes for them, for the once we make it up out of this, it would be, because they got with the black community and said this and did that. We ain't going for that shit no more. It's not only that we're blaming Donald Trump for these deaths. We're blaming people like Kamala. We're blaming people like Angela Rye. We're blaming people like Cortez. We're blaming anybody who stood in our way of uniting and being whole again. These people were not ever with us, okay? So I don't think they should pretend to be with us now. I see one thing I've learned about us, we're very emotional people, right? So once somebody say something that hits the soul, then everybody, get into their feelings without doing the knowledge to what's going on here, right? Like I said, it's a nice panel, whatever. But I'm just saying, we're going to stay focused. We're going to stay focused on our reparations for those of us who live. We're going to stay focused on our reparations. Coronavirus, to me right now, is just another addition to all of the other diseases and illnesses that black people have been dealing with for generations because of people like Angela Rye, because of people like Kamala Harris, Al Sharpton, Puff Daddy, um, you name it. These people were not, I just can't see these people being representatives of the black community, the face of black people, not us, not the descendants of slaves. Now, if everybody else want to jump up and kumbaya with their ass, that's fine. But we stand on point. I don't know. And it's kind of amazing, right? How they just want to jump up here now and act like they the face of black people. We're not going for that shit. Um, we're going to stick to those who has been showing us how to get out these hellish conditions way before these race hustlers and political race pimps came along, right? So we're going to keep listening to Professor Black Truth, and we'll keep listening to Black Authority. We'll keep listening to G. Scott. We'll keep listening to Pharaoh Said That. We'll keep listening to all these brothers and sisters who cared about us way ahead of something called a coronavirus, right? We're gonna care. We're gonna stick with the same soldiers. We're not rearranging our chessboard for these clowns, coons, um, um, uh, uh, devil's imps, and whatnot. You know, they're scared now. They're scared. They're very scared um, with what's happening. Like we all are, but you know, we're the original people. We're original people. There's nothing new under the sun that we haven't dealt with before, right? But one thing I've learned: fear can be a terrible motivator. Okay, fear. When you have fear, and someone's telling you, let's say, oh, the house is on fire, you know, and then they tell you in order for you to live, you got to jump out the third floor window. You know what I mean? Panic and fear sets in, right? Because you know, either way it goes, it's a bad situation, it's a bad outcome. So that's what I see looking at that whole panel. No disrespect, you know, like I said, it was good for them to as far as the awareness, but it's people like every last one of them that was on that panel that contribute to the conditions that we're in. Now, we've been talking to Puff Daddy for the longest time. You know, he's been mistreating black people for a long time. You know, he made a lot of money off of black people. He did a lot of wicked things, you know, to black people. Al Sharpton, you know, he comes up there like, you know, he's the greatest civil rights activist ever, but he's just there. He's the race pimp hype man. Angela Rye, she didn't think we forgot about her in her little Haitian, you know, and don't forget it, Americans type of attitude. Kamala Harris, you're the queen of locking us up. You even went so far to start locking the sisters up for not being able to see to it that their children go to school, knowing the conditions that we were already in. Just applying more pressure to us. You know what I mean? If you look at the situation right now, every last one of them on that panel is healthy. Every last one of them on that panel is not worrying about catching coronavirus, okay? It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. See, we the ground soldiers. We the ground soldiers. We ain't in the house. We in the damn fields doing this work, okay? And I really think, you know, it's time to stop listening to these assholes. Really stop listening to them. I was really pissed off to see the whole panel. Like, really? Really? And then talking about, oh, we new to this. Listen, I don't care if you're new or old. You know what I mean? I want my people to deal with the truth here. You people played a major role in keeping us oppressed. Every last one of them on that panel, right? So to listen to them will be very foolish. You know, okay, you want to listen to them for health tips. and otherwise fine. But for them to think they're going to be the new faces of black, I don't think so. I don't think so. If I got to get on top of the mountain and shout it out, they will never, ever be the faces of black. It's not going to happen. So I just wanted them to be aware that we watching you. We watching you fakes and phonies and frauds. Now you want to come get together and form an A team, right? Oh, it's all about the blacks, the whites, the browns, and all this shit. No, it's no, 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 no. And to be honest, immigrants get better health care treatment when they come in this country than we do, right? That's a known fact. So we're not fighting for no immigrants, freedom, justice, and equality. They're not being oppressed in this country like the black man, woman, and child. So we're going to get off of that shit. We're not even going to start playing those games. Okay? They come in here, not only do they get better health, they get better jobs. They don't experience what we experience. They don't have this black experience, right? Sure, maybe a lot of them are in catching dying from this, right? Because money doesn't have a thing to do with you not eating properly. This is all about eating properly and keeping your immune system built up so you won't catch a cold anyway. That's what this is all about. But I'm just saying their struggle is Angela Cortez and her people's struggle is not the same as the American descendants of slaves. Okay, y'all, our struggles are not the same. Haitian struggles is not the same as the Black American struggle. None of their struggles are the same. They had a choice. They came here. That's not our fault. That's not our problem. We're gonna stay focused on us, right? And I don't care if Al Sharpton and Puff Daddy want to hop on the immigration caping for the immigrants while we still trying to fight for our own freedom, justice, and equality in this country. Still shouting out black first, and here you go adding these immigrants into our conversation once again. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm going to make sure that this doesn't happen. I don't give a fuck about no celebrity status and all that bullshit. These people are not our friends. They never have been. They never will be. You know what we're going to do? Yeah, this is what I was taught. Talk is pork, and I don't eat it, right? So you're going to have to show and prove what you're saying to be right and exact. Other than that, I don't want to hear that bullshit because that's all it is in the moment. It's just talk. It's just talk. When I see Puff Daddy buying buses and SUV RVs and putting them in our hoods, making sure we have a good quality health, good food, good education, things of that nature in the black community. I don't want to hear that shit. I really was pissed to see the whole panel. I really was. I was like, really? Really, y'all think we sleep, right? Y'all think y'all gonna seize this opportunity to eat off of us again, right? I don't think so. It's not gonna happen. I don't fucking think so. It's not gonna happen. Y'all time is up too. Not only is it the devil's time up, it's y'all time too. We're getting rid of. This is the thing. What we should be doing now, and Malcolm X told us a long time ago. I don't know what part of it you don't understand, but this is the reality of it. We either going to separate and take care of ourselves, or we're going to die. Okay. There is no more waiting on somebody. We waiting on Donald Trump to save us in a goddamn pandemic. More black people have died in New York right now than 9/11. Okay, and the body count is just rising all over this country, but we waiting on the government. Ain't no fucking government. We ain't waiting on no government. It's time to. This is what they're doing, so it's time for us to do it too. They're restructuring and they're rebranding their uh, their way of doing business. And I think we need, why we have this opportunity, we can see this moment and opportunity to do the same goddamn thing. Okay? Either separate or die. I'm going to come back in a little while, but while I saw that and this was on my mind, I think I needed to make knowledge born, because Angela Rye, Kamala Harris, Cortez, Van Jones, uh, uh, Al Sharpton, and Puff Daddy. What a joke. What a joke, right? And whoever else they had on there. I don't know. I didn't even watch it that long to see. I couldn't even take it just to watch it, right? So stay on code. Stay on code, because here they go. Here they go. They coming for us in our most vulnerable time. You know, how dare they? How dare any of them? They don't speak for us. Never have, and they're not going to start doing it now. Um, so that's all I got to say about that. I'm about to get dressed, and I will build with you guys later on, hopefully. And I'm out. Peace.